Do you ever see yourself first thing in the morning and think, dang, I look pretty lean, but then throughout the day it just seems like you're packing on the pounds by the hour? Well, this is why that happens. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Brett Maverick here. I hope you all are having an awesome day so far. So I myself have experienced this, as well as a lot of other people I know, and I know this is pretty common, but there's actually an explanation on why you look skinnier or leaner in the morning than you do later in the day. The main thing that it comes down to is that you're coming off of a multi-hour fasting. So basically you've cut off that calorie and macronutrient intake when you climb into bed, right? So the whole time that you're asleep, your body is accessing and burning through those calories. And then once it's expelled all of those calories and turned your food into waste, it has no choice but to access fat and muscle to maintain your bodily functions and keep you alive while you're sleeping. So for one, you've digested all of the food in your system, and then you've burned a little bit of fat and muscle, which makes you actually weigh less and look a little bit leaner when you wake up in the morning. There was a study where they took two groups of overweight people. The first group slept for 5.5 hours per night. The second group slept for 8.5 hours. The group that only slept 5.5 hours, they found out that only 25% of the weight that they lost during the night was attributed to fat. The other group that slept 8.5 hours, 50% of the weight that they lost was fat. So what you can learn from this is that the less you sleep, there will be a shift in your metabolism and your body will actually burn muscle instead of fat because it's in a protective state and it's trying to save that fat for later. So the more that you sleep, the more your body will burn fat instead of muscle. That's why people get up early in the morning and do cardio or work out, because their body is depleted of all these nutrients and then they're hitting it with all this strenuous activity to force the body to burn even more fat on top of that fasted state that it was in during the night. Or they do intermittent fasting where they delay having their first meal just to extend that fasted period, and you're gonna be burning even more energy just by being awake than if you're asleep. The second biggest reason that you look leaner in the morning is because you have lost a lot of water weight. They say that about 80% of the weight loss that you experience overnight is water weight. Even though you're not, expelling waste in the traditional way that you might think of, you are actually expelling water through respiration, through your skin, and just through your bodily functions such as blood flow and keeping your organs functioning correctly. You might find that some days you look a lot leaner and you might have lost a lot more water weight overnight than some other nights, and the big reasoning behind that is because of what you ate the day before you experienced that water weight loss. If your diet was high in carbohydrate or sodium, then you're gonna retain a lot more of that water, as opposed to if your diet was more protein and fiber based. So guys, that's why you look a lot more lean in the morning than you do in the evening. If you're wondering how you can find your true actual weight, then it actually is first thing in the morning. So if you want to find your true weight, weigh yourself first thing in the morning, preferably after, using the restroom, get everything out of your system that you possibly can. And also weigh yourself before you consume any foods or liquids to get your true body weight. Just skin, flesh, and bone. So that's it, guys. That's why you look leaner in the morning than you do in the evening. Let me know if you found this interesting. I think it's a pretty interesting phenomenon. Let me know in the comments anything else you'd like me to cover, and I'll definitely look into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and until next time, peace out.